Well,
Ding.
good evening, Mr. Jason.
Oh, hello, Mr. Craig. Hello.
So, I heard in
Yes.
Seattle that they have so little toilet paper that the sewers are overflowing because they're putting paper towels and wipes down in that drain.
Oh.
I know.
Oh, that's nasty,
Sewage
Mr.
floweth
Craig.
down the roadeth.
Ugh. Ugh.
That's yeah. Anyway,
Mm.
who do we have, Mr. Jason?
Oh, well, you're about to hear about how the TP clogs the pipeline with cushiony soft prospecting.
Oh. Who
Don't
is that?
squeeze this, Tom Patterson. Ah!
Oh.
Buckle up. It's the Insurance Dudes podcast.
Boom! I tried to beat you. Yeah!
Oh, look at that.
TP.
Look at that. TP.
What's going on, guys? Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're at.
Well, in these challenging times, with a name like TP,
Yeah. I'm an essential item. You can always, I'm 24/7 in stock. You can call my office. I'll get right to you. I'll get in all the good spots.
never run
Snap.
out. It never run out of Tom Patterson.
No. And it's two-ply. It's the comfort. It's luxury. That's what we do. So,
Sounds
full
like
service. Yeah.
Well,
And you seem
before
very
we-
soft,
Yeah, very.
but strong.
But strong.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
For those of you who aren't watching on the YouTubes, he just showed the big guns.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Before we dive in, let us know what was your first concert and when was it? How far back? I mean, we're talking way back.
Okay, yeah. So first concert was, I think it was REM in Miami.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's me in the corner.
Yeah. And right now, end of the world as we know it, right?
Yeah.
True.
So definitely think REM was first concert. Buffalo Tom opened for them. So yeah, that was a great show. Yeah. So Jason, let me ask you.
Yes.
You're a music guy, right? So you like drummers. What's
Yes.
your top three all-time drummers.
Top three all time. Definitely Stuart Copeland's number one. I will go. Wow, that's tough. Either Bonham.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll go Bonham second. And then, dude, I love. I'm actually gonna say Travis Barker.
See, okay, so he's in my top three. I'll give you my top three. Travis Barker.
Yes.
Dave Grohl.
Yes.
Yeah, he's super talented. And then Matt Cameron, Soundgarden, Pearl Jam.
Oh, I love Matt Cameron.
Yeah.
So good.
So, yeah, you kind of look like Matt Cameron's little brother. A little bit. You can pull it
That's
off.
funny. Dude,
Yeah.
he's so good. I mean, Cameron is unreal.
Yeah, he's a technician, man. He's really sweet. He's good.
I actually took drum lessons from Travis Barker for short back in my teens. And
you give up on me.
dude, he's so good. Like, he's so good.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
When that picture you just posted with you with the long hair when you were in the band, in the
Yes.
hair band, how old were you in that?
Maybe 21.
Early 20s? Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. I love it.
Wow, that's nice. You should bring that look back. I think at the end of this quarantine, we're all going to have the big 80s hair because we can't get haircuts.
Mhm.
You know,
Right.
big long, Kenny Loggins beards and stuff. We're going to look pretty sweet.
But I would be all like, I would have this gray mess, long hair. I'd look more like the professor or something.
Gandalf.
Yeah,
Gandalf
exactly.
the Gray.
Yeah.
See, my hair guy, Kiko, actually is building a studio in his house. So he said I can just go over there and get my hair cut at his house. So if anybody's in Tucson,
Perfect.
I'll bring you over Kiko.
Yeah, go over there and he'll grab you a Corona while he cuts your hair.
Corona,
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah, don't get the corona, just have the corona. You'll be all right.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
Corona.
So how is this, before we get on topic, like how is this affecting your agencies? And I know we're all working remotely and all this stuff. How have you guys seen this play out for you guys?
I mean, from a numbers thing, we're about the same. In fact, I'm seeing higher contact ratio from our dialing and our calls. We're quoting a little bit more. I haven't seen much of a change. Now, setting up remote work is in and of itself a challenge, and I feel like I'm micromanaging a little bit more. I do have at each of my at two of my offices, I have people coming in, and just one in each office because they want to come in. And I'm at one of my offices because that's where my studio is, but or my studio's near my office.
Yeah. So pretty much the same results for me. I'm very, I have 3 people coming into each office. I have 3 offices, 4 counting the home office that we use now. But, one person is going into each office. When I had the conference call with my team, I said, hey guys, based upon how things are going, this is like maybe 2 weeks ago, before I could even get out, maybe we should work from home. Boom, they were gone. They unplugged and they scattered like cockroaches. I don't want to call my staff cockroaches. They're not, but they've never moved so quick to unplug to get home. It's been, I can't get them to do anything that quick in the office. Yeah. But they sure went home fast.
They're going to all come back weighing about 25 pounds more.
Yes.
Dude,
that's all I do is eat
there
all day long. It's like unbelievable.
Yeah. And so like everybody else, we're doing, accountability's got to be huge, making sure that they're actually working on stuff. So having a platform that tracks talk time and outbound, inbound calls is super important right now for everybody. One of the things I do, just to give you more information, is I let them text me at the end of the day before they log off how many quotes they did, and how many items they did, and their total talk time. And there's the pyramid and all these things you want to look at, but I personally want 2 items a day from them, or 8 total quotes, or 3 hours of talk time. I'll take either of the 3. And if they don't get that, they have to tell me a reason why. So that was
nice.
Yeah, you have to give me the explanation of why you did it. Now, if you just post 2 items, throw them the deuce, we're good to go. But if you can't, then we have to go back to the 8 items or 8 quotes, or 3 hours talk time.
Keeping
and I
it
found
simple.
that, and everyone's on track. I don't really super micromanage how they get there. We have a lot of processes and a lot of different things feeding stuff to us. But right now, everybody is home, right? So you make those phone calls, those cross sells, those outbound campaigns. They're talking to people more than ever before, which is it's our advantage. And the process that we're going to talk about today is my direct mail stuff that I do. We've had that process set up. Now that everyone's home and checking their mail and they've got time, we're seeing a pretty big lift from this. So, but before I get to that, you guys know me, but I'll tell everyone else who I am. My name is Tom Patterson, and I'm an agency owner. I started Scratch in 2012. Shout out to the Scratch crew. And then opened up a second office, and then recently a third began this year. 2 offices in Tallahassee, Florida, 1 office in Jacksonville, which is about 2.5 hours away, and 10 staff. And we run around about 13 million in premium. And do you guys find that people don't want to say how much premium they have? Like it's like a big secret?
Most people say
yes. Yes.
Yeah,
There's a lot of people.
They say it.
Well, I feel like a lot of the people that we get on here are progressive, so maybe they're not afraid of it.
Yeah.
But I feel that, there's definitely some people that are.
Yeah, like they're just, sometimes they hold it like it's this big secret. I'm like, I can't help you unless you tell me what you're working with, right? And I need some context of what kind of size operation you're at. And I want to help as many people as possible because we're all in this together. Yeah. And if you're doing better in your business, that's great. And I want to help you. But if you give me some crazy premium number or hold it so close to the vest, we got to have some transparency. I mean, I think we should all just wear it on our chest, like, hello, my name is Tom, and I'm X amount of million premium. Just put it out there, let's get to that, or show me what your goal is, and I'll be able to show you how I can help you more. So, but direct mail for me, when I first started Scratch, I live in Tallahassee, Florida. It's a really, really small premium area you hear Florida, these rates are huge in Florida. That's south. That's Orlando, Tampa, Miami. Tallahassee, it's we're looking $300 in auto every 6 months, $250 sometimes, and they complain about that. So, and our homes are $500, $600 a year, and we have to fight to get those. So I quickly realized when I first started that I couldn't just go all out with internet leads or live transfers. I don't think was a thing then, but I couldn't do that, or these huge mail campaigns. I'd be broken, gone in 6 months. So I started figuring out people would respond to the mail just from any other mail company. Could I do that myself? And what did that look like? So in Florida, we've got 15, 16 different home insurance carriers that we work with independently, and along with another big one. But we pretty much work with the best solution for the company or for the customer. So what it looks like is instead of buying a sales genie list, I would work directly with the property appraiser website in our county. Luckily, we have a really good one. We can get a lot of data. We can get permits. We can search by the name of the neighborhood, search by year bought, updates, square footage, all the stuff, right? So I was able to pull out Excel spreadsheets of target of customers that I wanted. So maybe they're homes built in 1995 and newer, $300,000 or more, X amount of square feet. And then I knew which home insurance carrier was giving me the best rate for those homes. So I just decided to pull that list and quote them, do a sample quote for all those people, and then keep it really basic, but pack on all the discounts, crank up the deductible, because I don't know what they have. So if I don't know what they have, I have to make sure that what I'm giving them could be the best scenario. So if they've got a $2,500 deductible and I come in with $1,000, I'm going to lose. So higher deductible, an actual quote, nothing cookie cutter, nothing $300,000 or $100,000 with, you wanted to make it like $287. So it looked calculated, and it was. And then, all the wind mitigation discounts, anything we can find to keep the price as low as possible. I would highlight the price, put a really nice cover letter in there that you type up. I put their name on the thing, and I hand sign the letter, each letter. And then the part of the process that actually sets it off is that I do all the mailing in the office. I get an envelope, a regular white envelope, and with a blue pen, I write their address on there. And then I use the biggest, funkiest, craziest stamp I can find. So I'll show you right currently. I do these every day still. So here's some John Lennon stamps. I'm currently working through.
Awesome.
This is the Art of Magic that I'm working with. Here's History of Hockey. So yeah, whatever crazy stamp I can find, I plop it on there, and it looks like it came from their crazy Uncle Joe, right? They don't know why is this guy writing me a letter? So then they open it. And when they open it, they'll find a business card in there with me. I typically will put another brochure or another line. So it could be an umbrella. It could be a life insurance brochure, just something. If I have to take my time and my stamp is worth 47 cents, I'm going to pack as much value into that envelope as I possibly can. I'm going to get that bang for my buck. So, that's what we found to work really, really well. And it took about a month and a half of steadily pounding those out before the phone started to ring. And when the phones would ring, it was people had really good credit. They weren't shopping at all. We weren't in competition with any other lead company or other local agent. It was they're just us that we're talking to. We got the home, we got the auto, we got the umbrella, we got their toys. So really, really quickly, I was able to build a huge book of business just based off of a 47-cent stamp and my time. And my theory was, now that I knew this was working, I knew that other agents weren't doing this. It's too cumbersome. It is time consuming.
Yeah, not that way at least.
Right.
With the handwriting.
Yeah, I mean, they'll drop 5,000 piece mailers and do all that stuff, and you get so much back, and it costs $5,000, $8,000 a month, whatever. That's fine. You do that. I didn't have that budget. You know, if you got the money to spend, burn it away. As we're now changing a lot of our stuff going forward with COVID-19, maybe this is a process for scratch agents or people who are looking to really get more bang out of their buck. It's just your time. And lately, I've got 4 kids, right? The oldest is 12, youngest is 5. Guess who puts all the stamps and licks all the envelopes, right? You know,
Nice.
Have you listened to Courtney Epps' episode?
She's the tax.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You
Yes.
can pay all of them $12,200 or whatever it is.
Yeah, she's amazing. And
That's $48,000 deduction right there.
yeah, guys, if you listen to this, make sure you follow Courtney Epps on social media. She's amazing.
Yes.
And me, you can follow me. I'm no one special. I'm just a guy with 4 kids and 4 businesses going, you know, full speed ahead. So,
So could I stop you real quick? I'm curious, how many would you, and you may have said it, but how many do you send out or would you send out at a time? And what was your response?
So for me, it depends on how many agents I had working through. I require every agent to give me 10 of those quotes a day, myself included. So, you know, we could do 300 to 400 a week,
Okay.
and mail them out a week. My thing is, you have to time block it. If you give your agents a list and say, hey, get these 10 quotes done for prospecting, they'll find any excuse not to do that. They'll go, well,
Right.
this guy came in to make a payment, and I got a conversation with this person and this, blah, blah, blah. You know, so I time blocked it. I said, before you pick up the phone, from 8 to 8:30, you can do 10 quotes. It's just that simple. So first thing you come to the office, you crank up the quotes, you pop out 10, you just leave them on the printer, I'll grab them. You don't have to do anything. Just give me your 10 quotes. And then you can start your day. That way, and then we never had a problem of them doing those 10 quotes per agent. Then I take them home myself, and I do all the addressing, all the folding, stamping, and all that stuff myself.
You mean your kids?
Yeah, I mean my kids, and you know, I mean it's, dude. If you're out there watching Monday Night Football,
Right.
it's
Okay.
yeah, whatever. You're at home, just go ahead and crank them out. So, and the crazy thing was, so what's the rule of marketing? Is it what, 2% return or 1% or something if you're in direct
marketing? They say 2%, but I've paid for direct marketing and I got like a 0.03%.
Right. You know, so,
Okay, so a third
there's
of
one thing. Yeah, the guy who's selling you it says one thing, and what your
It's-
actual thing is another.
Right.
And I got nothing to sell. So I'm just letting you, I don't own a mail company or a direct mail
Sure.
company. I'm not selling anything. I'm just trying to help as many people as I possibly can. So honestly, when we first started doing it, since it hadn't been done in these neighborhoods that we're hitting, we probably got, I would say, a 35% open rate. And then of the quotes that we were doing, we were probably 30 to 40% closing those deals with multiple lines. We were almost 100% getting just the home. That was, easy to do.
Wow.
Well, you're
because-
targeting the perfect avatar, right? This is your avatar. They have great
Yeah.
credit. They have a good house. It's in the right neighborhood where you win,
Mhm.
and they like your wonkiness, right? They
Yeah.
got the John Lennon stamp and the handwriting.
Right.
They're like, this guy's cool.
Yeah.
I like
And
this dude. Not guy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I said
Well-
guy. You're a dude.
I'm a dude. Yeah, I'm a big dude. For it. So like that's the thing, man. Like it's just a little bit of, hard work. It's not easy, right? So, my thing is, you're not going to beat me. You're not going to outwork me if you're a local agent in here. I'm very, very competitive. If there's a competition to find out who the most competitive person is, I'm going to race you to sign up. That's how competitive I am. Like, so I have that mentality. I'm just going to stick to this process and work it. And then we started doing things like, okay, well, let's look up. This is really smart. Anybody can do this. Coldwell Banker, Keller Williams, they all post headshots and bios of all their agents, right? Look up on the property appraiser where they live. Send them a quote. Once you get the realtors to become clients, they now automatically recommend you every time. So we would just do that. We would just go look up every person in every office, send them a quote. You know, I want to get all the realtors and mortgage people in Tallahassee to be our client. And if they are, then great. Now they're going to recommend us. And that's worked out really good. And that's free. You know, quit spending money like a shotgun. You know, just get a little more targeted like a sniper. And let's, you know, be more mindful of our dollars. I think there's so much to grab just by being a little bit more mindful of that, you know?
Totally. That, wow, it's crazy the results that you got. And I mean, when I see, because there's a million ways to skin a cat, but it's really the people that there's direct mail work. I mean, anything works if you work, and it just goes to show, like, you obviously very consistent with what you're doing. And you decided to take the less easy route by handwriting it, like doing all those little things to differentiate yourself from everybody else. And that's awesome, man.
Yeah. I mean, and if you've got a big book and you've got resources, this might not be for you. Or you can hire an intern and crank it out. Like, you just, whatever you want to do. I mean, it's just something else to do. Yeah. Put your kids to work, give them some experience, you know. It's not a bad thing. And I've done big mail drops before, and I've gotten results from it. There's one out there now that the hot thing is, you know, put a picture of the house on the envelope, right? And you'll get opens from that. They're real skeptical people. They're all walks of life. Sometimes the home doesn't qualify, and you know, I don't want to play with that. I want to set my guys up to win, right? So and it wasn't going to be cold calling for me. I wasn't going to have my agents cold call, because it creates a really negative atmosphere to being told no a lot. And so when these guys are calling in, they're like, could you please do this? And do you mind if you do my umbrella? And do you mind if we, you know, do it? I'm like, yeah, we'll squeeze you in, you know? So it just, it was an awesome way of doing that and getting our footprint out. And then, you know, you get really kind of used to doing it. And what you didn't do is you go back and start the list over. So all the people who didn't respond or reply, you send them again. And sometimes people have to see something 2 or 3 times before they actually take action on it, right? You know, it's just like, oh, this guy's actually legit. He didn't go out of business. Maybe I'll call him, you know? So sometimes it's a second or third mailing before they took action, but, and then you have to have a process, right? How do you ask for referrals from that customer? What's the process of onboarding look like? But it's just, it's you don't have to spend a ton of money is the point to be a marketing machine. But you do have to be willing to work, and have your people willing to work. And so my agents that do the lists, they kind of own that list. They own that neighborhood or own that zip code. So when they call back in,
nice.
It goes back to that person that took the time to do the quote. It's not just anybody's
That's awesome.
quote. Yeah,
totally.
Because I want them to own that. And then if an agent leaves or whatever, then we split it up by alphabetical. You know, we have the alphabet split up between the agents, and then it goes back into those agents based upon the alphabet. But yeah, those are the things you'll think about, and there's a million different ways to work it and use it. But I think it's just getting the process started, and then sticking with it. Right? You know, how many times have you seen someone buy an internet lead and go, "Oh, internet leads suck. I bought 10, and they're all garbage." Right?
Called once.
Right.
Yeah. Called once, threw it away. I still have them from 1985 in my drawer. Great. You know, so, and then you hear people like, you know, Victor Gray and all these people out there that are absolutely crushing and killing with internet leads, and that's one way to do it. You know, just make your process perfect and own that process. Be the guy that says, you know, this is what I'm going to do, and I mean, be flexible to tweak it as you start running into different things. So, but yeah, that's basically. I wouldn't say it's our number one driver of business, but it fills the pipeline. It gives my people something to do. You know, there's always when the phone's not ringing and there's no one walking in, they've got quotes to do. They can pump out quotes and be productive. And it's me setting the expectation that they're doing something good to fill their pipeline. It might not be busy today, but a month from now, when the letters hit and that person renews, boom, they're going to get a phone call. And that just keeps, the pipeline moving. So,
we gotta keep our team doing what they do best, which is quoting. You can't,
right.
you run out of friends and family pretty fast.
You don't want to clog your pipeline, says TP, right?
Right.
You gotta keep it
I love
unclogged.
That's hilarious.
I love it. So with your, you've been doing this for a while. You've seen the market change. You're still doing direct mail and you're crushing it because you've, focused on it. So what would be through all of the wisdom that you've gained, what would be the number one piece of advice you give to any agent coming into the industry or somebody who feels stuck?
Oh, reach out. Reach out to a successful agent immediately. I did, and I didn't get a whole lot of results in my local market. I found out that the local people are going to probably give you some bad information because they don't want you to be successful. But you got to find out someone who's working and doing well in your market space. The guy who's killing it in California or the guy who's killing it in Miami, we might as well be talking about different industries. They're just so different, right? But I got to find someone in North Florida that's making the trips, hitting bonuses and getting the big bucks. When I first started, I did some research of who the big agents for our company was in Florida. I found out where they lived, and I Googled zoomed in on their house. And I'm like, dude, that guy's got a dock with a yacht and a helicopter pad. What is that guy doing? I'm like, so I called them and I said, dude, what do you do? How do you get this stuff figured out? And he gave me some really good advice. And we're good friends today. And, so there's people out there that are successful. If you're having a hard time, just know that you're not alone. Reach out to me. I've helped a lot of new agents come aboard within the last couple of years. I've been on advisory councils for our company. I've done a lot of good things, but reach out. Don't just sit there and go, man, this is hard. I'm pulling my hair out. I'm going under. Reach out to somebody that can, really give you some motivation and some processes. Craig is obviously awesome with Agency Zoom and the stuff that he does. But just, get involved and ask questions. I think the folks that stay quiet, and maybe it's an ego thing, right? Maybe people go, I got this figured out. I know it. I have all the answers and it's not working. So therefore it can't work. Somebody's out there making money. Somebody out there is being successful. Let's listen to them and find out what they can do and how we can pull some resources together and get it fixed. You're never alone, so now more than ever. I think everyone knows how to Zoom now. I think,
right.
I think, we can hop on a Zoom call at any moment in time and get face to face with our peers and people who are struggling. Because if anything, this has taught us, this is the industry to be in. I understand that a lot of people last year probably threw in the towel and started other businesses and opened, gyms and other things, right? And well, that's tough. We don't have a crystal ball. We don't know what's going to happen next year or even in 2 months, but I know where my check's coming. And I know that I can work hard and increase my new business myself. So I'm always going to bet on me and bet on this industry. I'm all in. I don't have any other plans to do anything else.
That's awesome.
Love it, man.
If anything, I think that this has been a great thing for the insurance business in that it now, with people so uncertain, they have questions and Root doesn't give them an answer to their questions. They call the Gecko's call center. You're not going to get quite the same level of expertise as you do from one of us. And it's not great that this happened, but at the same time for us, a lot of people are struggling. If you open a gym or you're in the restaurant business, there's some challenging times that are ahead of you. And, besides having people work from home and having to herd cats that way, not that much different.
No, and it makes me wonder too, the companies have this big call center service model where, you call into a big service center and they service your policy for you. Boy, how does that work in a pandemic when you can't have a call center? And all your equipment and all your hardware is proprietary, and your system set up, and now they got to, in a weekend, move out. Like, I guess some companies probably didn't think about that. And most companies didn't go, hey, 2020, beware of the pandemic. Like, it wasn't on our radar. And I get that, but it just kind of shows that, whether you're an independent or captive agent, I think your value is your accessibility and your ability, to talk and reach out and be personable. And remember that your customer is going through a bad time, and maybe now they're going through a good time, and you have those personal relationships with your kids play soccer together and all this stuff. Like, we are needed now more than ever.
Yep.
And you'll start to see that these people who own restaurants or personal trainers or hairstylists that could be really, really good agents for us, now might be a time to start hiring some folks.
Yep.
Because we have a more solid model. And, I get you want to follow your dream and whatever it is, open a pizzeria or whatever. But, in times of uncertainty, having a good solid paycheck with the room to grow higher provides a lot of value. Yeah. So, I mean, be thinking there's always opportunity when there's uncertainty. You just got to find
100%.
it. Yeah. And use that, when there's fear in the marketplace, that's when you strike. That's when you act. It does take courage, but you kind of have to. Craig did it. He opened up. When is your last office opened? January?
November 1st.
Yeah. So there was some crazy stuff going on last November. Straight up.
I didn't even know how that was gonna. I was just like, I don't even know how I could take on another thing, and then you just do. You like level up, and now you have another. I look back, I'm like, what did I even do before that? Like, I know I felt busy, right? But
yeah. So we have
time. What did I do? Right.
We got 4 kids and a puppy that we just got, and that takes up time too. And then we have 3 agencies, and then I own a small real estate investment company that I own one of the buildings in that are agencies in. And everyone's like, man, how do you keep doing stuff? You're so busy, and you keep, how do you make it work? I'm like, once you get to a certain level, adding on something else is just like, it's like getting to the end of dinner. Like, I'm kind of full. That cheesecake over there looks good too. I'll take the cheesecake, right?
Yeah.
Like, you just keep going. And, for me, I know that I'm in my prime, I think, and I think I'm going to be doing this for a long time. And I just want to work as hard as I can while I can, and then provide as much resources and opportunity to my people and my family, and help as many people along the way. I can't stress that enough. I really want to help more people. And the best year in the industry that I've ever had, our company gives an award for customer service, and then other awards for production. And I got the highest inner circle award that you can get that year. And then I was also nominated to represent Florida for our community service award, which is probably the highest award you can get. And they go, well, you're on 5 different boards, you volunteer, you do all these different things, and you're in the community. How did you have time to do any production? And you do both. It's like, I was more involved in the community, and that's what got me the production. It's not, it's conjoined. You make time for it all, and if you align yourself with what you really believe in, it's not really work. It's just, you're just doing it. So, and that's another tip for someone starting out: get involved in your community, be known as somebody that wants to give and help other people as much as you possibly can. It's been really good for me. So I'm a Christian, and I like health and fitness. I love helping kids. So I immediately became a board member for the YMCA, because that was it just hit all the check box for me. But I wasn't doing it to be the board member, right? And to sell people insurance. I was doing it because I really cared about it. That's, where my passion lies. And I've been board members for stuff that I really care about. And then if I get a policy or if I get an award or if something else ever comes from it, great. But that's not why I'm doing it. I'm not the insurance agent that shows up at church with his name tag on. That's not,
Yeah.
I'm not that guy. But I'm gonna, if I'm gonna be at church, I'm probably gonna lead a small group, or I'm gonna, do a Sunday school, teach Sunday school for kids. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna get involved, and just be mindful that, the more you do doesn't necessarily. Now, I do believe you got to say no to some things, right? You got to be a master of when to say no. But I'd rather be busy, man. If you want something done, give it to a busy person, right? So
Yeah, that's true.
I'll be busy. The alternative sucks.
Yes.
Totally.
Yeah, I guarantee you all can do more. It's just yourself limiting yourself what you think you can do. I think we can all do more. I mean, I was on Facebook last night, and a guy that I think we all know, did 2.2 million in 1 month new business premium. Like,
It's crazy.
right? Yeah. I mean, like, how do you fathom that? But there's people out there doing it, right? So, being busy is a choice. Being non-productive is a choice. Make a
Totally.
choice.
Yep.
That's, and you can be busy complaining or being busy successful. Choose your busy, whatever you want to do. So, a lot of it's just mindset that I've found, and just being a positive mindset. I've been accused of being the most positive person people know. There's so much opportunity in this world. We live in America, for crying out loud, man. Like, there's nowhere you can do what we can do and have the ability to do what we do. So just run wide open until someone trips you, and then get up and run again. So
Awesome.
yeah, man.
Well, hey,
Love it.
Tom, thank you so much, man. It's been awesome to have you on here. We got to jump and go on to the next one, but if anybody wants to find you, they can look you up and just, I would guess, Google your name plus.
Yeah, TP, Charmin. No, just find me, Tom Patterson, on Facebook. That's probably the easiest way. And whatever I can do to help any of you two, or any of the insurance dudes and dudettes out there, I'm wide open. I'm here to help.
Awesome.
All right. Good luck, guys.
That's so awesome,
We'll
Tom.
catch up with you down the road. Thanks, Tom.
All right. See you guys.
Thanks so much.
All right.
Have a good one.
Yeah. Bye.
Hey, you've got to check out the Insurance Dudes Inner Circle coming soon, where you get extended interviews as well as live coffee talks in our private Facebook group. Join the mailing list today at theinsurancedudespodcast.com. Hey, thanks for checking out the Insurance Dudes. Hey, please subscribe. We got some really great stuff coming out.